All right. Good afternoon, everyone from New Zealand. And I know the time is 4:01. So thank you for being here on time. We still have few more joining in. So if you just allow me to wait maybe for 15 seconds more, and then we can start on time. Thank you. Okay, I think we should because I know your time is precious. So, kia ora, and a very warm welcome to all of you. My name is Bipul Das. I work at Toyohoma Institute of Technology. And today's webinar is all about giving you a little bit more information about who we are and what do we offer. And we'll have some opportunity to answer some of your questions later on. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. I have been working at Toyohoma for 17 years, long time. And my role is the International Business Development Manager, and I'm responsible for all the markets at the moment. So it's only me. But I've got my wonderful colleague, Chao Tran. She's just joined the international team. So thank you, Chao. So Chao is our international liaison officer, and she's working closely with our team to support you in our marketing needs or anything that we need to make your life easier. I think that's the plan. So, all right. So, without any further ado, I'll just start with the presentation. And just to let you know, this webinar is being recorded. So if you and your colleagues are not able to, some of your colleagues might not be able to join, we will be sharing the recording later on. So as I do the presentation, if you got some questions, you can also post them in the Q&A tab in the tab below, and we will do our best to answer them later on. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll start the presentation. I'll start with sharing the screen. Okay, let's see. There we go. Cool. So if you can see the screen, that's wonderful. Can you give me a thumbs up, Chow, if you can see the screen? Okay, great. Thank you. Awesome. Sorry. Okay. So again, kia ora and warm welcome to Toyohomai. Some of you might have just signed an agreement or you're just waiting to get the agreement signed from with us. So we do really value your partnership and promoting us as a preferred choice for your students. So Toyohomai has been part of the bigger entity, which is right at the moment called Tipokenga or the New Zealand Institute of Skills and Technology. So there are 16 government polytechnics, and we are one of them. But moving forward, we have been advised that we are disestablishing the larger entity. So nothing changes. You still work with Toyohomai. So the agreement with us would be valid for next year if you do have an agreement, and then you can send students to us directly. So there's nothing major changes happening. So your students enroll with us, you engage with us directly, and we provide you the best support that we can. So New Zealand, you already know where New Zealand is. So if you're not living in New Zealand, it's a very beautiful place. So we welcome all of you to visit us and see how beautiful this place is. I've been here for almost 20 years, and I was an international student in Toyohomai. So my story has been quite great. I can say that Toyohoma has given me great opportunities to build my career, to have a better opportunity, and now I'm already calling New Zealand my home as a citizen of this place. So very small country. We got two islands, north and south. We have campuses in the Bay of Plenty region, one of the most beautiful places in New Zealand, and a lot of opportunities to study and settle long term. So when your students decide to come and study with us, they arrive mostly in Auckland Airport, which is one of the biggest city in New Zealand. Same, not very far from where we are. So if you're already in Auckland, you just have to take a shuttle, which we can arrange, and that only takes around 2.5 hours to 3 hours. from Auckland to Rotorua or in Tauranga. So these are the two campuses where we can have students studying with us. I can talk a little bit more about these places in the next slide. Just a snapshot. Toi Ohomai means to aim high and achieve great heights. So we really want to be a great place to study, not only to study, but to have a good experience. And as I said, my experience has been incredible. Our teachers, our lecturers, our staff are very caring. So when the students come and study with us, we provide them the best support we can. That is one thing we can proudly say that we have been doing it very well over the years. So one of the largest institute of technology in New Zealand, we got more than 9,000 students, domestic and international, and we have a range of programs. I think that's important for you to know. So when you decide to enroll with us, we have diplomas, we got degrees, we got graduate diplomas, we got postgraduate diplomas, we got masters as well. So the only thing we don't offer is doctorate or PhD, but we have right from diplomas to degree, master's level programs with us. Right. So Bay of Plenty is where we are, and this is one of the most beautiful cities you can stay in. That is Tauranga, where Chow is working, the other campus. I am based in Rotorua. That's my hometown now. So Tauranga has got great opportunities in terms of, first of all, we have one of the fastest growing city in New Zealand at the moment. So a lot of construction, lot of buildings, lot of new employees coming into the city. So as a student, you would be more confident that you're staying in a place where you have better opportunities for your future after you complete your studies. We also have the largest import port in New Zealand, that is in Tauranga. So if you're studying supply chain logistics, perfect place to study because the employer is there and they're looking for skilled people like if you're studying those courses. Again, in terms of the beauty, you got the beautiful beach you can see here, and that's from the top of Mount Maunganui, which is in Tauranga as well. Rotorua, again, I'm a little bit biased to this place, but amazing place. It's a tourist town. Like we have before COVID, we used to have around 3 million tourists coming here. So in terms of the population, we have around 150,000 people living in Tauranga. We have around 80,000 people living in Rotorua. So small place, but huge opportunities. But you also having that connection with the community. You're not staying in a very big city where you're lost. You can still reach out to people and talk to them. I think that is my experience living in Tauranga or Rotorua. You have that connection. You're safe. You're well connected. You feel at home. Um, Again, great place to experience culture, to adventure tourism. Um, there's a mix of different things you can do as a student, as a tourist, or as a local. So I think it's a great place to start your journey, and then you can decide to go anywhere, wherever the opportunity comes to you. Lower cost of living compared to bigger cities like Auckland or Wellington. So again, the students like to prefer to stay in a place where they can save the money. They can have a part-time job, and the part-time jobs would be mostly in the hospitality industry, to be very honest. But tell your students to volunteer. I think from my experience, two skills are very important: networking and negotiation skills. These two are very important apart from your studies. If you are able to network with people, I think that gives you added bonus when you're looking for jobs. That's how I got my job because I was talking to people, and Toyohomai was one of my preferred choice in terms of employment. So I reached out to them saying I need a job when I completed my studies, and here I am 17 years down the line. So very important networking skills. We have all the communities here: Chinese community, Indian community, Filipino, Korean. So as a student, international student, you would You are away from home, but you're still close to your communities. So you can experience the culture, you can experience the food, you can talk in your own language. If you want to talk to someone in Korean or Chinese or Indian or Vietnamese, for example. So I think those things are very important. Staying in a place like Rotro or Tauranga, you're always connected to your home country, your culture. Lovely place. I think you can see that it's a very beautiful place. It's got great opportunities to start your career, and then you can be a free flying bird after you complete your studies. Just stay. The campuses are amazing. If you go to Tauranga campus, we do welcome you. If you're already living in New Zealand, please welcome. We welcome all of you to come and visit a campus. If you're overseas, we also welcome you, invite you to come and see our campus. If you're in New Zealand, and we can show you around how beautiful this place is. This is the Rotro campus, one of the buildings here. All the facilities are very modern, so you can expect that you get value for your money. That is important for your students to know. This is again the Tauranga campus. You can see students are just enjoying the sun. They can have the lunch outside. When it gets busy, they can just chill. So you got a good vibe in our campuses. I think that's really good. Right. Now, coming to your question, I think this is important. What can I study? So, we have a range of study options in different fields. Nursing, hospitality, marine studies is quite popular. Cookery, bakery. So, these are some of the very popular programs. We have engineering. A green list program is called New Zealand Diploma in Engineering, Civil, Mechanical, Electrical. That's in Tauranga campus. We also have the New Zealand Diploma in Construction Management, Quantity Surveying. So these two programs on the green list. And it's a 2 years diploma, level 5 and 6. So something for you to be aware of. Business, we are very popular in the business brand of offerings in terms of diploma or bachelor's or postgraduate or even master's. Right. This is not exclusive list, but you can see we have a range of programs. One of the new programs we're starting soon is the Master of Science in Biodiversity Management. So I think this is an important qualification for anyone related to the science background. So if you got students who've got a degree in science or a degree like in biology, chemistry, or environmental science, forestry, agriculture, you can offer this master's. It's a level 9 master's, and you can study for 1.5 years. And that's on in Rotorua campus at the moment. And the opportunity is really good. I won't go to the details, but we can always share more information later on. You can always reach out to us saying, Bipul or Chow, I'm really interested for the Master of Science. And you can go to the website also to get more information. So that is a very popular new program coming soon. I think most likely we'll be starting it was planned in November, but we might be shifting it to February next year. So you can still apply for it for Feb 2025. Other masters is very popular as well because uh, you do get enough points for when you're looking for skilled job or looking for residence applications, which I cannot give you immigration advice, but you do get more points for your master's qualification. So the Master of Management has got 3 strands. Either you can choose to do business, hospitality, or health. So that's again 1.5 years. So you need a degree, but you also need at least 70% in your degree uh, background. So we're really targeting the good students in terms of who are ready to come and study a master's level program, who've got a good academic background, because we want them to succeed. And I'm sure you want them to succeed as well. So please make sure when you select students for the masters, they're ready for it. And we will provide them the support they need. The other masters is very popular as well, which is called Master of Management by Thesis. It's a 1 year master's by research. So you have to do A lot of academic writing. You need to have a degree in honors in business related field. One important thing is when you apply for the master's or postgraduate, please make sure the student write the statement of purpose in their own words. Do not use artificial intelligence or chat GPT, because if we get to know they're using that, a faculty will not accept. So we have a lot of declines, unfortunately, because students are not writing in their own words, and that is not acceptable by us. So please encourage them. Please check that they've written in their own words this statement of purpose, which is very important. We do not want to get your application and give you the sad news that sorry, it's been declined. So very important point for you to know. Postgraduate diploma, again, that's popular. Sorry, masters, you do get 3 years post-study work rights. I'm sure you're aware of that. So gives you enough time to stay in the country, to look for a job. So masters is getting popularity very recently because of the immigration changes. So something for the students who do qualify, they choose masters rather than postgraduate. So postgraduate is the first year of masters. If you do not want to do masters, if you do not qualify, you can choose to do the postgraduate diploma in management, which is for 1 year, and you do get 1 year post-study work rights. So the choice is yours. It depends on what's your student's background, what's the future intention, and then we can give you some options or give you the offer letter based on that. Again, same hospitality, health, and business trend. We do have a postgraduate diploma in applied professional studies, which is quite a niche program because there's a two strand: mentoring and leadership or adult teaching. So the mentoring and leadership is more suited for anyone who wants to be in that uh, career field where you want to mentor people, you want to be a counselor, or you could be from any background. You could be engineer, you can be a teacher, you can be a policeman, for example, but you want to help other people to be a better person or enhance some skills. So I think that is a quite a niche program, but an adult teaching. If you want to be a lecturer or teacher in tertiary education, you do not need teaching registration. So if you want to be a teacher in early childhood education or primary education, you need or secondary education, you need to be registered with the teaching council. Just like to mention, we do have a very popular program which you might be aware of. It's not on the slide here, but it's called Master of Teaching in Early Childhood Education. It is very popular, and that popular that we already full for next year for February. But if you do have students for July for next year, you can send this student's application to us. So that Master of Teaching in Early Childhood Education leads to teaching registration with the Teaching Council. And that is the reason it is very popular, because you do 1.5 year masters of teaching, you'll be a registered teacher in early childhood education in New Zealand straight after doing the qualification. So pretty much guaranteed, or pretty much giving you the confidence that you'll get a skilled job after doing the Master of Teaching in Early Childhood Education. So you can promote that for July 2025 as well. Won't go through all of them, but we have bachelor's in teaching, which is also leading to registration 3 years. We got a Bachelor of Nursing, which is already full for next year, January, unfortunately. There's a high demand for nurses. Cookery, bakery, these are also very popular programs. I get a lot of inquiries for students for higher level qualification, but I do encourage all of you to also promote cookery, bakery, 2 years diploma. It does not have post-study work rights, but we can see there's a lot of opportunities for employment. So I can say that you can still promote this, and you can have better opportunities for working in the hospitality industry, which is looking for more skilled people as a chef or a baker. New Zealand diploma in international freight and logistics. or a supply chain management that's also offered in our Tauranga campus. As I already mentioned, that Tauranga has got the biggest export port, so a lot of opportunities to work in that field and look for employment after you complete the 2 years diploma. Competency program is changing, but we have one intake in January. So that's offered in Tauranga campus. It's for registered nurses who want to be registered in New Zealand. So you need to have a nursing council approval letter to do this course. Right, very important thing. What's the fees? So the fees is for 2025. You can see on your screen, which is the fees for Auckland, and we're not in Auckland. So the fees that is in the regions is applicable to Toyohoma as well. So for example, if you doing a diploma or a degree, you'll be paying 26,000 per year for a degree qualification for 3 years. So 26,000 for the first year, second year, and third year, same fees. If you're studying a postgraduate diploma for 1 year, you're paying 28,600 New Zealand dollar. However, if you're studying a master's, you're paying $40,300 for the whole entire duration, 1.5 years. So postgraduate 28,600, the master's is $40,300. So yeah. Then we do have the engineering diplomas, which is a little bit different price, $29,120. That's for the first year, right? There's a good news. If you're coming from, if you got students from the Southeast Asia market, or if your students are from Latin America or from Pacific Islands, there's a special, or from China as well. You get $3,000 study grant for the first year. So, for example, if your students are studying postgraduate or a master's, so 40,000 is for 300 is for masters. They are eligible to get $3,000 study grant on the first year. So they'll be paying around 36,000 or 37,000. That's for China, for Southeast Asia markets, Philippines, Vietnam, Indonesia, and all. For Latin American market, and even for the Pacific Islands. So something for you to be aware of. So there's no criteria for selection as long as they're from those countries holding a passport of certain countries. Automatically, we give them the study grant up to $3,000. So it's good. So because we want the diversification from those markets as well. Right. So that was short and sweet. Again, you can see a picture of a graduation ceremony, which is very special. We do celebrate different events. We celebrate the Chinese New Year. We celebrate the Indian festivals, Diwali, national days for Chile or Nepal. So we want the students to have a good experience, and we make sure that we look after them. All right, I think that was a little bit about Toyo Homai, but I would encourage all of you to ask any questions if you got any. So if I can look at, I'll stop sharing my screen. Sorry. Right. Cool. Thank you. Chow Chow has already got the prospectus link here. Chow, have you got any questions we can see here? Or
Um,
anything yeah.
so cashiers, yeah, raise their hand. So should we invite them to talk?
Please discuss the requirements for the course. Okay. We can, okay. Thank you. Please ask your questions here. Thank you, Kashish. Thanks for being here. Let's start with Krizak Limited. Hi, Krizak. Please discuss the requirements for the course. I'm not sure which course are you referring to. For the master's, you need a bachelor's degree. You need 70% in your degree qualification. The English requirement is 6.5 with no band less than 6, or PT score of 58 with no band less than 52. Right. Again, don't need to remember everything. What we'll do is we will send the checklist for the qualifications, and you will have all the entry requirements on them. So we'll send the email to you later on. But thank you for the question. Right. Kashish, hi Kashish. how much permit student will avail if the student is in green list? Okay. Okay, that's a good question, and it's immigration related question. My understanding is that you will, if you're studying 2 years diploma in green list, you would get 2 years post-study work rights. However, your job also has to be in that particular industry. You cannot be working in any other field. You need to be working in that particular engineering or construction field. That is how it works. New Zealand diploma in early childhood education, great question. So the entry requirement is you just need a high school diploma and you need 6 with no band less than 5.5, if I'm not mistaken. So a diploma is fine from a high school. We accept that. Thank you. How many years of okay, so what you need to be aware of is if you're studying a undergraduate qualification that is not a degree and it's not on the green list, you will not qualify for post-study work rights. So if you're studying a New Zealand diploma in engineering or New Zealand diploma in construction, then it is fine. You do get it's on the green list, so you will be eligible to apply for post-study work rights. Any degree is fine. Degree, if you do for 3 years, you do qualify for 3 years of post-study work rights. If you study a degree for 1 year or 2 years, the post-study work right will be mirror the qualification you've studied for the duration. So if you study for 2 years degree, you get 2 years of post-study work rights. If you do a master's, you get 3 years. If you do 1 year master's, you get 3 years. If you do 1.5 year master's, you get 3 years post-study work right. Postgraduate diploma, you get 1 year post-study work right. Right. So that is how it works. The spouse, again, if you're studying a master's, according to the current instruction, you can bring your spouse. Yeah, so master's qualification is fine, but any other qualification, I would say no. Or a PhD. We don't offer PhD. What is the Hi Anchal? The question is, what is the success rate between diploma and bachelor's? I think our success rate has been really good, but again, I would say it all depends on the student. If the student is well motivated, attending the classes, there is no problem. So if the student is not committed, if they don't ask for help, then the chances of succeeding is limited. So it all boils down to the student, the intention, the effort they put in. So I don't see there's a trend between diploma and degree in terms of success rate. Our overall success rate is more than 95% for Toyo student passing the qualification. Right. Arsh is asking if someone wants to get admission in level 4 beauty diploma, can they get admission on both level 4 and 5 at the same time? Right. Good question. So if they meet the requirement for level 5, 4 and 5 diploma, which is 5.5 with no band less than 5, then you can enroll for 2 years straight away. So you don't need to worry about just enrolling for 1 year, level 4. You can enroll for level 4 and 5. So the offer letter can be issued for the 2 years. Right. Kashish is, hi Kashish. Does New Zealand diploma in early childhood education fall under green list? My understanding is no. Please double check again the immigration side, but I would say it's not under the green list. But correct me if I'm wrong. Anchal is asking, hi sir, what is the success rate between diploma? Okay, I think you already answered that. Right. New Zealand diploma in early childhood education. No, you don't get a post-study work right because it's not on the green list. So the answer is no. You need to be studying a bachelor's degree or a diploma and the green list to qualify for the post-study work rights. Right. Arsh is asking, as beauty undergraduate diploma doesn't fall in the green list, how does accredited employee work visa work in beauty? That's an immigration question. I think the straight answer would be if you do a qualification and you don't have post-study work rights, you would need to find an employer to support your work visa application. As simple as that. So For example, if you're doing a New Zealand diploma in beauty therapy, for example, or cookery, and it's not on the green list, by the time you finish your diploma, you would need to find an employer to support you. Again, I think we get really stuck on the green list, but again, my feedback and my honest feedback is that it all depends on the student. It all depends on how they spend their time here. For example, if they come and study here and they're really a good student, they're really working really hard in the part-time job, and they find an employer who's happy to support them, I don't think it's going to be a problem. Yes, there is less certainty to stay long term because you don't have post-study work, right? But it will all boil down to your networking skills, your work ethics, your reliability. And we have seen students who already got job offers in cookery. We've got international students. In fact, I'll be honest with you. My wife owns a cafe and she's happy to employ one of the Toyo Homai students just finishing a course in November. She's from India, the student. We have offered a part-time job to her and she's done really well. So we have decided that, you've been a good student, you've been a good worker, so we will support you for your accredited employer work visa application. So just an example, it all depends on the student, the employer. If you can provide that assurance that you'll be a good worker, it all comes down to that, as simple as that. But you need to tell your students that if you're studying in a qualification that does not have post-study work rights, please make sure that you work hard, you build a connection. So 50, I think it all depends on the student, really. There is no straight answer that you will get a job or you will not get a job, if that makes sense. Right. I think these are the questions, but anything else you would like to ask? So just like to say that Toyo Homai, we will be offering again new courses the next year. It's not confirmed yet. We're looking at qualifications like Bachelor of Culinary Arts. We're looking at offering that next year. 3 years specialized program in culinary arts degree. We are looking at other programs, but I think what we have at the moment is pretty much in demand. So, and we got a range of programs in hospitality, business, engineering, forestry is good. I don't know why we don't have students coming and joining the New Zealand diploma in forestry management. It's for 1 year or 2 years qualification. There's a huge demand for forestry workers, not only doing physical work, using simulators, using technology, GIS technology. I think it's a great opportunity to look at forestry, especially given a region in Rotorua and Tauranga. A lot of employers are looking for skilled people in forestry. So we do have niche programs. All you have to do is not get too much stuck on masters and postgraduate and bachelors or the green list, which is like the holy grail at the moment, green list. Otherwise, there is no opportunity for students. No. My honest feedback is that there is opportunity for everyone. And you just need to see if the student is happy to. I think one of the important thing is, again, the funds. You have to be very careful about, are they funds ready? If they got enough funds to apply, because immigration is declining a lot of application based on not meeting the requirements of funds, not being genuine. My challenge to you and my I would humbly plead all of you to, when you apply for the offer letters, please make sure that the students are interested to come and study at Toyo Homai. We have seen some of the partners getting offer letters, but the students are not coming here. So I would rather have really, really interested students coming, applying to us, want to study at Toyo Homai, and then they transition to applying for the student visa and then they enroll with us, rather than just getting the offer letter from us or from the other institution and they're not coming to us. So we don't want to waste your time. We do not want to waste our time too. So my challenge and my humble request is that do promote us, do promote us to the right students, give them the right information. If you're stuck anywhere, if you think that I'm not sure if the student is fitting this criteria, talk to us. Our team is amazing. Our international applications team, we are on top of the application, so our turnaround time is quick. So you can be assured that when you send the application, we will respond to you quickly. If anything is missing, we will come back to you saying you need to provide this. We can send you the checklist, which is important because the checklist will tell you exactly what you need for certain applications. Based on that, organize it and send it to us. So we can also give you the offer letter, and you can come back to the student saying, here's the offer letter of Toyo Homai. Let's apply for the student visa. At the moment, just letting you know, you might already know that immigration has told us please encourage your students and agents to apply at least 3 months before the start date because immigration is getting into that busy period and holidays are coming in Christmas. They'll be closed for a certain period of time. So if you're looking at Feb 2025, if the student is funds ready, meeting the requirements, do it now. Don't wait till November or December because it might get delayed. So immigration has told us to tell you to request you to put the application sooner so that you have a better chance of visa approval. So I think that is important for me to share. Right. Okay, we have some more questions. We can take them as well. Right. Kashish, if student has got 6 less than 5.5 overall, it depends. Certain qualification we need a higher English score, but most of the diplomas we need 5.5 with no band less than 5. Or a degree qualification we would need 6 with no band less than 5.5. Or a postgraduate and masters you need 6.5 with no band less than 6. Or a Pearson score of 58 with no band less than 52. So we can share the entry requirements. So don't worry, you don't have to remember that. But this is the general requirement. And certain qualification like masters in teaching, we would need a higher IELTS score because it leads to teaching registration. So we have to meet the requirement. Right, Kashish again. I've seen over the Google that student is going to level 7 of degree, then student will need to bring spouse. If you've seen on Google, probably don't trust that. You would need to trust the immigration instructions. So my understanding is no, but please check with immigration if that's the case. You would need to confirm with Immigration New Zealand directly. Check with them, call them, email them saying a student is studying a bachelor's degree. If it's not in the green list, can they bring the spouse? I would say my understanding is no, but again, correct me if I'm wrong. Anything related to immigration, I would strongly recommend you to contact Immigration New Zealand and get the advice from them because we're not immigration advisors. Right. Okay. Kashish, Ash. Right. How long ahead should we send an application to get the admission in particular semester? Great question. Again, Ash, coming back to what I mentioned, we would recommend you to apply at least 3 months before the course start date. Very important because it all depends on getting the offer of place. We can issue the offer letter, but if it's for example, February intake and you're applying in January, you're cutting it quite thin. So it would be we can issue the offer letter, but the challenge is getting the uh, immigration to assess the application and giving you a decision on time. We don't want that to happen. So at least 3 months, I would say, just to make sure that you have a better chance of getting a decision and the student is well prepared to travel and be here on time. We do not want them to miss the orientation, which is very important. So they want to get a good experience and not be rushed. So at least 3 months, I would say. Vibha, hi Vibha. Thank you for being here. How long does it take to release an offer letter in Toyo Homai? It depends if you got all the application documents in place. I'm just saying it. I'm just giving a just to be safe, at least 1 week. But if not, I would say the turnaround at the moment is within 2 days or 3 days or even earlier. So if you got all the documents in place, we can issue it as soon as possible. If you think that application is pending and you want urgent attention, which is very seldom, you can reach out to me or Chow saying, Bipul or Chow, can you please release the offer letter soon if you met all the requirements? So, Chow, if you can share the email address for, yeah, good, perfect. So if you look on the chat box, Chow has got all the email address for applications team, agent agreements, accommodation booking, if you need any help with accommodation, airport pickup, or if a student is already here and they need some support, these are the contact email addresses. I can share my email address also, and I'm more than happy to do that because we want to provide you good service and you can contact me as well. I'll do my best to respond quickly. But again, we got a good team and we can only do as well as the team is capable of doing things. It's not only me or Chow. The entire team of International is very proactive. And the entire team at Toyoma is very, very focused on students' outcome. So good qualification is important, good experience is very important, great support is more important. And please tell your students to do their bit, ask for help when they need it, because if they don't ask for help, sometimes we cannot help them. So very important to reach out to us. What is okay, right? Anchal is asking, sir, what is the turnaround? Okay, see, I got the acronyms also. TAT. Okay, turnaround time of the offer letter. Again, Anchal, we are quick, so I would say within a week, if not sooner. I'm just giving you a longer time just to be safe because it's being recorded. No, just kidding. So please, we will do our best to release the offer letter as soon as possible. Less than a week, I would say. Kashish, please share the greenlist courses. At the moment, we have only two programs, New Zealand Diploma in Engineering, Civil and Mechanical Electrical. We have New Zealand Diploma in Construction Management and Quantity Surveying. So these two are the greenlist program at the moment. Uh, Again, as I said, these are only two, but don't limit yourself to only the greenlist offerings. It could be other offerings too. Right. Any other questions? No? Okay. So again, don't get if you don't have any questions, I would say think about it. Or if you think that, oh, I forgot to ask this question, that's fine. You can always reach out to us. You can always email us saying, Bipul, I need this. Or you can email the international team saying, I need to know the entry requirements. So, Chow, if we can, after this, maybe tomorrow, Chow can send you the recording. You can share with the colleagues. We can send you the application form, the checklist. But I think if I have to only request you one thing is to make sure that support us, keep supporting us. We don't want hundreds of students. We want the right students to come and study with us. And that is your responsibility. And it is our responsibility to support you. So we will make sure that you get the support, you get a good service, you get timely response, your students have good experience. So my request to you is please make sure that you select students who really want to study with us, who have all the requirements for Immigration New Zealand, because we do not want, we all don't want a lot of declines to happen. We want strong applications for immigration because we can do all the marketing. If immigration does not approve it, it doesn't make any sense. So we can only do our best to guide the students to have ready students to apply for immigration, and hopefully we will get the approval and they can come here and join us. So yeah, study grants is there for those countries, China, Southeast Asia, Latin America, and Pacific Islands. So if you got students from those countries, it's a good promotion tool. Uh, so yeah, please. Anything else? Thank you, Anchal. No, I'd just like to say I'd like to take the opportunity to thank all of you because without you we are nothing, and that is true. We want your support. We want to make sure that you're well looked after. Your students have a good experience. They come here and they tell you that you know Kashish or Anchal, madam, I had a really good experience at Toyo Homai. I would like to bring my family also and come and study here. I want to bring my friends here. I think it's word of mouth, which is very important. And if you do well, we're also doing well. If you fail, we also fail. So it's a team effort. So we will do our best. If there's any feedback for improvement, we are more than happy to take that on board. We are not perfect, so we want to improve our services and offerings. Right. So I would say thank you very much. Thank you for listening. And we will share the information later on. And I wish you a wonderful day or a morning or evening wherever you are. And yeah, thanks for joining us today. Wish you, if you haven't got the agent contract, if you're pending, it's sitting with us. We will make sure that we action on that. But if you already got an agent agreement, congratulations. We would love to work with you very closely. So thank you for your support. Thank you for your positivity. And we look forward to working closely. Thank you so much. See you soon.